a gripping showdown between presidential power and institutional independence, the Supreme Court has just ruled that Federal Reserve Board member Lisa Cook can stay in her role for the time being, thwarting President Donald Trump's bid to remove her immediately. This decision not only keeps a key player in America's economic machinery in place, but also sets the stage for a major legal battle over who really controls the levers of monetary policy. Intrigued? Let's unpack this story step by step, breaking down the complexities so even newcomers to financial news can follow along. On Wednesday, the Supreme Court chose to postpone any immediate action on Trump's request to fire Cook right away. Instead, they scheduled oral arguments for early next year, with a final ruling expected before the end of June. This means Cook, a vital voice on the Federal Reserve Board, gets to continue her work while the courts deliberate. It's a temporary win for her, ensuring stability in an institution that manages everything from interest rates to economic growth. Trump had urged the court to let him proceed with the firing without delay, even as lower courts was still reviewing the case. But the justices didn't find enough support for that, at least not yet, indicating a split or hesitation among them. This isn't just about one person. It's a reminder of how the U.S. government balances executive authority with protections for independent agencies. Under the Federal Reserve Act, which is the law governing the Fed, presidents can't just dismiss board members or governors on a whim. Removal is only allowed for cause, which basically means there has to be solid proof of serious misconduct or wrongdoing. Think of it like a job where you can't be fired without a valid reason backed by evidence. It's a safeguard to keep the Fed free from political interference and focused on economic stability. Trump claims he has that cause, pointing to allegations of mortgage fraud leveled against Cook by Bill Pulte, the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency, whom Trump appointed. Cook, however, strongly denies these claims, and documents from banks reviewed by NBC News seem to contradict the fraud accusations entirely. It's a classic he said, she said situation, but with high stakes for public trust in financial institutions. But here's where it gets controversial. Since taking office in January, Trump has been vocal about wanting lower interest rates to boost the economy, and he's criticized the Fed for not bending to his wishes fast enough. The Fed is designed to be independent, free from direct political pressure, so it can make decisions based on data, not politics. Yet Trump's aggressive push to influence it raises eyebrows. Is this a president trying to fulfill campaign promises, or an overreach that could undermine the economy's guardrails? And this is the part most people miss. While Trump's executive actions have often hit roadblocks in lower courts, the Supreme Court has frequently stepped in to approve emergency requests that advance his agenda. It's a pattern that highlights the court's role in navigating these tensions. Trump isn't stopping there in his quest to reshape the Fed. He's already installed one of his advisors, Stephen Miran, as a new governor. And come next year, when Jerome Powell's turn as Fed chair wraps up, Trump will have the chance to appoint someone new to that top spot. This could shift the board's direction significantly. Interestingly, just before all this drama, on September 17, the Fed made its first interest rate cut of the year, a move Cook supported with her vote. For those new to this, interest rates are like the cost of borrowing money. Lowering them can stimulate spending and growth, but raising them cools down inflation. Trump's push for cuts aligns with his economic goals. But critics argue it risks overheating the economy if not done carefully. The saga kicked off in late August when Trump attempted to fire Cook, prompting her to sue in federal court. She argued that he lacked the power to oust her while she contested the decision legally. Lower courts sided with her, blocking the removal, which led Trump to escalate to the Supreme Court in a rush. This isn't an isolated incident. The Trump administration has been working to assert more control over other independent federal agencies by dismissing officials. The Supreme Court has permitted some of these actions and even agreed to hear a related case in December, which could set broader precedents for how much sway presidents have over these bodies. As we wrap this up, it's worth pondering. Does protecting Fed independence strengthen our economy? Or does it tie the hands of elected leaders who want to respond to voter demands? And what about the allegations against Cook? Are they a legitimate reason for removal or a political tool? We invite you to share your take in the comments. Do you side with Trump's vision for a more responsive Fed? Or do you worry about the risks of politicizing such a crucial institution? Let's discuss. Lawrence Hurley, a senior Supreme Court reporter for NBC News, contributed to this piece, with additional reporting by Steve Kopak.